Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so thrilled you're here with us, because today we're taking a really fascinating journey to demystify the modern induction cooktop. We're going to look at the bleeding-edge technology that's making these appliances the absolute dream of modern kitchen design. But we're also going to dig into a surprisingly heated debate about how everyday people actually use them. And then we'll get right down to the nitty-gritty of what it takes to install one of these beautiful yet highly delicate pieces of engineering. So, let's get into it.
But before we get bogged down in the schematics and the instruction manuals, I actually want you to think about your own kitchen habits for a second. Is your cooktop just an appliance where you boil pasta and sear steaks? Or is it extra counter space? It's a highly relatable lifestyle question, right? And it perfectly teases an incredible debate that's raging right now over how we actually treat these sleek, flat glass surfaces in our daily lives. Do we treat them like delicate tools, or do we treat them like just another piece of the countertop?
Okay, Section 1. The future of cooktops. Let's dive into exactly why these glass cooktops are completely taking over our homes, because what we're looking at here is a fundamental shift in the kitchen footprint.
To see exactly where this tech is heading, you literally have to look no further than Samsung's new hoodless induction cooktop. What makes this so futuristic is that it sucks smoke and grease directly down through its own burners, using a built-in motor. This completely eliminates the need for one of the most bulky and traditional appliances in your house, the overhead range hood. And even more amazing, this unit actually auto-adjusts its power as it detects steam and heat. It's a total game changer that establishes induction not just as a way to cook, but as a space-saving, highly intelligent dream standard for the kitchen.
Moving on to Section 2, the landing space debate. Let's see what happens when this futuristic tech collides with real-world human nature. Because, when you put a perfectly flat, beautiful glass surface in a kitchen, human nature definitely takes over. Over on the House Design forums, real people are fiercely debating the everyday utility of these cooktops.
Just take a look at this incredibly relatable perspective from House user Fori. They write that their induction cooktop is the best place to chop onions, because they can do it right under the exhaust hood. And perhaps even more tellingly, they note it's often the only bit of clean counter space to dump groceries. Look, if you have a small, cramped kitchen, the temptation to use an unheated, perfectly flat glass cooktop as an extended prep zone is completely understandable. I mean, it looks like a counter, so why not use it like one, right?
Well, for a hard contrast, listen to this stark warning from ICE, an appliance salesperson with over a decade of experience selling European induction units. ICE issues a very strict warning. They once saw a unit break just because someone left a 2-pound bag of potatoes sitting right in the middle of it. And get this, it wasn't the heavy weight that cracked the glass. It was the fact that a stationary object messed up the delicate internal sensors, or the software, of the cooktop. ICE notes that distributors explicitly tell them to warn customers never ever use your induction cooktop as a landing space.
Which brings us to Section 3, defining a landing area. We hear this phrase, landing space or landing area, thrown around constantly by designers and forum users, but what does it actually mean? Let's transition from everyday opinions into actual technical design guidelines.
The strict rules of kitchen geometry dictate that a landing area is the absolute minimum countertop space needed adjacent to sinks, refrigerators, cooking surfaces, and ovens to safely place items. Now, the absolute key word here is adjacent, next to. By pure definition, the stove itself cannot be a landing area. The landing area is the required safe space right next to the stove, so you don't end up putting a boiling hot pan directly on the floor.
If you're planning a remodel anytime soon, these minimum clearance measurements are absolute gold. For a sink, you need 24 inches of counter on one side and 18 on the other. Your fridge, that needs 15 inches on the handle side. And for your cooking surface, like that shiny new induction cooktop, you are required to have 12 inches of landing space on one side and 15 inches on the other. These concrete design facts prove that from a purely architectural standpoint, your glass cooktop is meant to be the centerpiece of the action, surrounded by supportive counter space. It is not supposed to act as the counter itself.
All right, Section 4, essential installation requirements. Let's leave the casual form debates behind for a minute and step into the highly technical reality of what it actually takes to put one of these machines in your home. We're going to look directly at the Sub-Zero installation guide for their induction and electric cooktops.
According to the manual, before any installation or service begins, you need to know exactly what you're working with.
Crucial product information, like your model and serial numbers, are located on the rating plate. And for these units, you actually have to look underneath. The rating plate is located squarely on the bottom of the cooktop chassis.
Once you've got your unit, the complex installation measurements really begin. Whether you have a 15-inch or a massive 36-inch cooktop, the manual explicitly states that failure to locate the cooktop with proper clearances will result in a fire hazard. Specifically, I want to draw your attention to the mandatory minimum 2-inch gap required from the bottom of the cooktop to any combustible materials. So you can't just drop these into any old cabinet. That geometric breathing room is absolutely non-negotiable.
And the crucial point here is that the electrical demands are just as strict as the physical ones. A massive 36-inch induction unit requires a dedicated 50-amp circuit. The Sub-Zero manual makes it incredibly clear. A separate circuit servicing only this appliance is required. Furthermore, they specifically note that a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI outlet, is actually not recommended because it might cause unwanted interruptions of operation.
Now for Section 5, Standard versus Flush Mounts. Assuming you've got your landing spaces measured, your clearances dialed in, and your dedicated circuit all ready to go, you have an aesthetic choice to make. There are two distinct physical ways to integrate these units into your countertops.
You can choose a standard installation or a flush installation. A standard installation is basically a frameless mount that sits directly on top of the counter surface, resting on an applied strip of foam tape, so it's slightly raised. A flush installation, on the other hand, means the glass is perfectly leveled and recessed right into the counter. But here's the catch. The manual warns that a flush installation is intended for granite, solid surface, or stone countertops only.
To really drive home just how precise these machines are, let's break down the delicate multi-step process for a flawless flush installation. You don't use foam tape here. Instead, you apply petroleum jelly to the bottom edge of the glass. You lay down a bead of RTV sealant around the recessed opening, you carefully insert the cooktop, apply more sealant to the reveal, scrape the excess with denatured alcohol, and then, this is wild, you must let it cure completely undisturbed for 24 hours. It's an installation that requires immense care, patience, and absolute precision. Which brings us right back to where we started today. We've seen the incredible space-age technology of hoodless, auto-adjusting induction. We've seen the rigorous, millimeter-perfect installation guides that demand dedicated high-amp circuits and 24-hour sealant cures. And yet, we've also seen the undeniable human urge to just toss a heavy bag of groceries right on top of that beautiful, flat surface. So my question to you is this. Armed with the knowledge of its strict electrical needs and highly delicate sensors, will you treat your induction glass like an invincible countertop, or will you handle it with the care of a precision instrument? Definitely something to think about the next time you unpack your groceries. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep asking the great questions.